Hello students, welcome to this fifth video on applications of derivatives. So in this video, we'll study about increasing and decreasing functions. And next, we'll discuss about what is the difference between strictly increasing and strictly decreasing functions. So before this increasing and decreasing function, first we'll start with tangents and slope of the tangent. Tangents and slope of the tangent. So consider a graph y equal to f of x. So next here you can take there are 2 points, point A and B on this x-axis. Now we can draw a slope at x equal to A, that is f dash of x is greater than 0, and next the second slope where f dash of x equal to 0, and the third slope is f dash of x is less than 0. See here, for this point you will get f dash of x is greater than 0, and for this one you will get f dash of x equal to 0. See here, the slope of this line, the value of the slope of the line is greater than 0. Okay. Next, when this line is parallel to x-axis, then theta will be 0. So tan theta is a formula to calculate the slope of the tangent. If you substitute theta equal to 0, you will get f dash of x equal to 0. That is slope of the tangent. Now similarly here, so this tangent gives the value is less than 0. Here this f dash of x is less than 0. So there are total 3 tangents. One is greater than 0, second one is equal to 0, and third one is less than 0. Next, by using this concept, now we'll discuss about increasing and decreasing functions. Consider a graph y equal to f of x. Now you can consider this is a graph y equal to f of x, and the second one is y is equal to f of x. So this is the second function. Next, you can take these 2 points on this x-axis, point A and point B. Now similarly in this second graph also you can take there are 2 points, point A and point B. Now let us draw the tangents to the first curve. So at x equal to A, now draw a tangent at x equal to A. So this tangent gives f dash of x greater than 0. So how to verify this one? So here if you draw this line, if you intersect this on x-axis, this line, so your theta value is less than 90 degree. So when theta is less than 90 degree, so the value of this f dash of x is greater than 0. The next one is, if you take this tangent, so the tangent is parallel to this x-axis. So when line is parallel to x-axis, so these two lines are parallel, then theta value will be 0. So tan of 0 is 0. So this f dash of x is nothing but tangent of this line. So here f dash of x or the tangent of this line value is 0. The next one is at x equal to this b, or you can draw here one more tangent, so which gives positive value, that is f dash of x is greater than 0. So these are the total 3 tangents are there. So these 2 tangents gives positive value and this one is 0. Now in the next graph, or first we can define here, therefore f of x is an increasing if f dash of x is greater than or equal to 0. So when we call the function is increasing, when f dash of x is greater than or equal to 0. So we will see here the graph is in increasing form. Now similarly in the second graph, in the second curve, first you take one tangent, that is f dash of x is less than 0. The second tangent is f dash of x equal to 0, and the third tangent is f dash of x is less than 0. Now in these three slopes, the first slope gives f dash of x is less than 0, here equal to 0, and here also get the negative value, that is f dash of x is less than 0. Now see the graph here, this one is in increasing form is there, and this one is in decreasing form is there. So by using this graph, we can write here this f dash of x is a decreasing function if f dash of x is less than or equal to 0. So these are the two important points. The first, the function is increasing when f dash of x is greater than or equal to 0, and f of x is decreasing if f dash of x is less than or equal to 0. Now next, the concept is strictly decreasing and strictly increasing function. Strictly decreasing and strictly increasing function. So consider a graph y equal to f of x. So there are two curves are there. The first and this one is the second. Now here you can take the 2 points on this x-axis, point A and point B. Now see here in this graph is continuously increasing here. Okay. So first you take here, there are 2 points A and B. Next you can draw the, similarly you can take in the second curve, in the second graph also, point A and B. Now next you can draw the tangents. This is a first tangent and this is a second tangent. So here the first tangent, that is f dash of x, is greater than 0. The value of this tangent is greater than 0, and similarly this f dash of x for the second tangent also greater than 0. Now therefore f of x is strictly increasing if f dash of x is greater than 0. See here the graph is continuously increasing form is there. So here if you draw the two tangents, for the both the tangents the values are greater than 0. So such functions we call as a strictly increasing function, or we call given function is strictly increasing. Now similarly in the second graph, now you can draw the two tangents. So which gives both the values gives negative, that is f dash of x is less than 0. So for the second tangent also f dash of x is less than 0. Now by using this one, f of x is strictly decreasing if f dash of x is less than 0. So these 2 points you have to remember, and the difference between, so simply increasing and decreasing, and strictly increasing and strictly decreasing. So these are the two differences are there. Now by using this one, now we will discuss some examples here. The first example, show that the function given by f of x equal to 3x plus 17 is strictly increasing on R. So for this one, first you write down the given term. See here in this example, you have to show that the given function f of x equal to 3x plus 17 is strictly increasing on set of real numbers. So first you write down the given term, that is f of x equal to 3x plus 17. So when we call the function is strictly increasing, when f dash of x is greater than 0. Now we will calculate here first f dash of x. So on differentiating with respect to x, so we get f dash of x equal to 3 f dash of x. So if we differentiate this function with respect to x, derivative of 3x is 3, and derivative of 17 is, you get 0. So answer is 3. So this number is greater than 0. So therefore this one is greater than 0 in every interval of r. So therefore f of x is strictly increasing on r. So this is a simple concept is there when function is given. So first you have to find out f dash of x. If it is greater than 0, we call that is a strictly increasing function. Now similarly in the next example, that is example number 2. In this example number 2, show that the function given by f of x equal to e raised to 2x is strictly increasing on r. Show that the function given by f of x equal to e raised to 2x is strictly increasing on r. So first write down the given term f of x equal to e raised to 2x. Now if you want to show this given function is strictly increasing, or when this function is strictly increasing, when or if f dash of x is greater than 0. Now this term you have to prove here. So first, so differentiate that function with respect to x. So we get f dash of x equal to, so derivative of e raised to 2x. First derivative of e raised to x is e raised to x. Next with respect to 2x is 2 into e raised to 2x, or you can apply this formula. So derivative of e raised to ax is a into e raised to ax. Now here this 2 is greater than 0 and e raised to 2x is always positive. So e raised to 2x is greater than 0. So therefore this right hand side term is greater than 0, or f dash of x is greater than 0. So therefore, so this term is greater than 0 for all x belongs to r. Therefore f of x is strictly increasing on r. Next example number 3. Show that the given function f of x equal to sin x is, first one, strictly increasing in the interval 0 comma pi by 2. So here open interval 0 comma pi by 2, and the second one is strictly decreasing in the interval, it is open interval pi by 2 comma pi. So 0 to 90 and 90 to 180. So you have to prove this given function. So already we studied in the first PU the graph for sine function. Okay, in that graph you have to prove from 0 to 90 the function is strictly increasing, and pi by 2 to pi strictly decreasing. So first start with the given term. Write down this given term, that is f of x equal to sin x. Then differentiate with respect to x. So we get f dash of x equal to cos of x. Now, so here we know that cos x is positive in the first interval. So this cos x is whether positive or negative in this interval 0 to 90. So in the first quadrant, by using ASTC rule, in the first quadrant all the functions are positive. So therefore, or that is cos x is greater than 0 for all x belongs to 0 to pi by 2. Therefore f dash of x is greater than 0 for all x belongs to 0 comma pi by 2. So therefore f of x is strictly increasing for all x belongs to 0 to pi by 2. See here, first this is a given term, then differentiate with respect to x, you get cos x. Now you have to check whether this cos x is positive or negative in the given interval 0 to 90. So here 0 to pi by 2 means it is in the first quadrant. So in the first quadrant cos x is positive, or you can write down cos x is greater than 0. So therefore f dash of x is greater than 0 in the interval 0 comma pi by 2. Therefore f of x is strictly increasing in the interval 0 to pi by 2. Now similarly in the second one, in the second term, in the second interval, that is the same function is there. Now we got f dash of x is cos x. Now here cos x is less than 0 because in this pi by 2 to pi means it lies in the second quadrant. So in the second quadrant, by using ASTC rule, AS means sine and cosec functions are positive in the second quadrant and other functions are negative. So here cos x is negative or less than 0 in this pi by 2 to pi here. So 90 to 180 or in the second quadrant. So therefore f dash of x is less than 0 in this interval, that is pi by 2 to 180. So therefore f of x is strictly decreasing for all x belongs to pi by 2 to pi. So here the first is same function you have to take. First f of x is sin x, then f dash of x. Now you have to use this by using these intervals, whether cos x is positive or negative in the first interval. If it is positive, then it is strictly increasing. If it is negative, then it is strictly decreasing. In this first interval, it is strictly increasing, and in the second interval, it is strictly decreasing. So this is the graph for the same function, the graph for sine function. So here first, so what are the intervals here? 0 to pi by 2 and 90 to 180. So in this graph, first 0 to 90. So this is 0 and this is 90. Here function is strictly increasing, and next pi by 2 to pi. Okay, open interval is there. These two terms are not included. So pi by 2 to pi. For this one, the function is strictly decreasing. Here the function is increasing, and for this interval, function is strictly decreasing. Next, example number 4. Find the intervals in which the function f given by f of x equal to 2x square minus 3x is, first one is a strictly increasing and next one is strictly decreasing. Now you have to find out the intervals. Okay, find out the intervals in which the function is, the given function is strictly increasing and strictly decreasing. Now intervals you have to find out in this example. So first you start with this given term, that is f of x equal to 2x square minus of 3x. Now differentiate this function with respect to x. So we get f dash of x equal to 4 times x minus of derivative of this 3x is 3. Derivative of 2 into x square. So derivative of x square is 2x into 2, 4x. Derivative of 3x is 3. Next, now first you have to find out the interval when the function is strictly increasing. So when the function is strictly increasing, when this f dash of x is greater than 0. So we can take this f dash of x is greater than 0. So therefore 4 times x minus 3 is greater than 0. Now if we simplify this one, the 4x is greater than 3, or therefore x is greater than 3 by 4. So x is greater than 3 by 4 means, so we can represent on this number line. So this x is greater than 3 by 4. So we will get the interval is, or this x is belongs to the open interval 3 by 4 to infinity. So x belongs to 3 by 4 comma infinity. So greater than 0 means that 3 by 4 is not included. So you have to use open intervals. Now next one is, so this is a strictly increasing. So the function is strictly increasing in the interval, open interval 3 by 4 comma infinity. Now similarly the next one is be strictly decreasing. So these are the given function and the derivative of the function. Now by using this one, the function, when the function is strictly decreasing, when f dash of x is less than 0. Now you can use the inequality. So here f dash of x is less than 0. Next f dash of x is 4x minus 3 is less than 0. Now you can simplify this one. You will get 4x is less than 3. Then 4x is less than 3 by 4. Now this term, if you represent on this number line, that x value is less than 3 by 4. Less than 3 by 4 means from this term is not included. 3 by 4 is not included. Up to here minus of infinity. You can use the intervals here. So here x is belongs to minus infinity to 3 by 4. You can use this open intervals. So here 3 by 4 is not included. So open interval minus infinity comma 3 by 4. So in this interval the given function is strictly decreasing. Next example number 5. Find the intervals in which the function f of x equal to 2x cube minus 3x square minus 36x plus 7. So this is the cubic equation is given. 2x cube minus 3x square minus 36x plus 7 is, first one is strictly increasing and the second one is strictly decreasing. So in this example also you have to find out the intervals. For what interval the given function is strictly increasing and for what interval the given function is strictly decreasing. Now first you start with this given term. So the given term is f of x equal to 2x cube minus 3x square minus 36x plus 7. Now next differentiate this function with respect to x. We'll get f dash of x equal to, so derivative of x cube is 3x square. So 3 into 2, 6 times x square will get minus 6 times x minus of 36. Because derivative of 36 times x is 36. Derivative of this 7 is, will get 0. Now next, if you take 6 is the common here, we'll get the given equation is x square minus 1 or minus, sorry, x square minus x minus of 6. Now this implies, so this quadratic equations we can convert in terms of linear factors, that is x minus 3 into x plus 2. So by using this direct method easily we can calculate the factors, that is x minus 3 and x plus 2. Now here f dash of x equal to 0. So first you have to equate this f dash of x equal to 0. So means here you have to find out the first, the critical point here. Okay, so f dash of x equal to 0, then we'll get this term equal to 0. So we'll get the factors, first factor equal to 0 or second factor equal to 0. Now here x equal to 3 or x equal to minus 2. So for these 2 points, that f dash of x is, will get 0. Now these 2 points you have to represent on this number line. So first you take this number line. Now here this one is 0, 1, 2, this is 3. So 3 is there, with x equal to 3. Next x equal to minus 2. These are the 2 points on this number line. minus infinity to plus infinity, number line. Now, so here x equal to minus 2 and x equal to 3. So these are the 2 points. Okay. Now, by using this number line, now we got here total 3 intervals. The first interval is minus 2 to plus 3. This is the first interval. The next one is 3 to infinity. This is the second interval. And the third interval is minus infinity to minus 2. So first interval, this is the second, and this is the third. So by using these points, so first I have to find out the total intervals, total number of intervals. Now next, you have to check. So we'll get here first 3 intervals. This is the first, this is the second, and this one is the third. Now next, the first thing is, that is f is strictly increasing in the interval minus infinity to minus 2 and 3 to plus infinity. So in these two intervals, the given function is strictly increasing. Now how to verify this one? So how to check this one? So first, in this given, in this f dash of x, so what is f dash of x here? So this is f dash of x. Okay. Now in this one, if you substitute any one of the value from this interval, I will take one value here. For example, in this interval, okay, I will take this one is a 0. If you substitute x equal to 0, what will get here? Minus 3 into plus 2. Minus 3 into plus 2 is minus 6. So minus 6 into 3 is minus of 36. So right hand side will get minus 36. So minus 36 means here f dash of x is less than 0. So in this interval, function is strictly decreasing. Now similarly, you can take any one of the value from minus infinity to minus 2. So I will take minus 3 here. If we substitute minus 3 here, we will get minus 3 minus 3 will get minus 6, and here minus 3 plus 2 minus 1. Minus 1 into minus 9 will get plus 9, plus 9 into 6 will get 54. So plus 54. Only you have to check the sign here. So better you can check the sign. If it is positive, then strictly increasing. If you get negative, then strictly decreasing. If you substitute minus 3, we will get positive number, that is greater than 0. So minus infinity to minus 2 is strictly increasing. Minus 2 to 3 is strictly decreasing. Now one more term is there, one more interval. In this interval also you can check the whether you get positive sign or negative sign. So I will take number here. We will take 1, 4 is a number. You can take x value is 4. If you substitute x equal to 4 here, 4 minus 3 is plus 1, and 4 plus 2 is 6. So this is also positive, this one also positive. So here plus into plus, you will get plus. Either you can check the value or you can check the sign. If it is positive, strictly increasing. If it is negative, strictly decreasing. So for these two intervals, the first and this is the third one, for these two intervals, function is the f dash of x is positive, that is strictly increasing. And for the second interval, you will get f dash of x is negative, that is strictly decreasing. So by using this one, so we can write directly here f is strictly increasing in the interval minus infinity to minus 2 as well as 3 and plus infinity. So if you want to combine these two intervals, you can write down by using this union. Okay, the first interval union of the second one means minus infinity to minus 2 and then 3 to plus infinity. Here the function is strictly increasing. And next, in the second interval, that is minus 2 to plus 3, f is strictly decreasing in the interval minus 2 to 3. So for these two terms, you can take the open intervals. Okay, next example, the similar method example is there. Find the intervals in which the function f given by f of x equal to x square plus 2x minus 5 is strictly increasing and strictly decreasing. at what interval the function is strictly increasing and for what interval the function given function is strictly decreasing. Now you can apply the same method here. The first, you can write down the given term, that is f of x equal to x square plus 2x minus 5, and then f dash of x equal to, will get derivative of x square is 2x, derivative of 2x is 2, and derivative of this minus 5 is 0. So derivative of this function is 2x plus 2. So this is the f dash of x. Now if you want to verify for strictly increasing, you have to take the given function is greater than 0. So here linear term is there, so directly you can use this inequality here. So directly you can take this f dash of x is greater than 0, then 2x plus 2 is greater than 0, then 2x is greater than minus 2, and next x is greater than minus of 1. See, the students, with suppose here this f dash of x is a quadratic equation, then you have to go for the last method, just we discussed in the example number 5. Now if f dash of x is a linear function, then directly you can use this inequality. So easily we get the intervals, okay, when the function is strictly increasing. Here x is greater than minus 1 means, so this one easily we can represent on this number line, that value of x is greater than minus 1 means we can use the interval is x belongs to open interval minus 1 comma plus infinity. So this is the first interval. For this interval the given function is strictly increasing. Now similarly you can calculate the second one. So at what interval the function is strictly decreasing. Now for this one you can apply this f dash of x is less than 0. So directly you can take this f dash of x is already 2x plus 2 is there. Now you can start with f dash of x is less than 0. Then 2x plus 2 is less than 0. Now simplify this one. We'll get 2x is less than minus 2, or therefore x is less than minus of 1. Now represent this x is less than minus 1 on this number line, or you can write direct answer also. But if you consider in that number line that the value of x is less than minus 1 means, so this is a number line is there, so we will get minus infinity to minus 1. So this is the interval. Therefore x belongs to minus infinity to minus of 1. At this interval the given function is strictly decreasing. I hope you enjoyed this session, students. So thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you, students.